Alright guys, we're going to be talking rear end governor bypass, or the zip tie mod. So most people, on their golf carts, want to go a little bit faster, so we're here to explain this just a little bit. And this applies specifically to club car. I'm not really going to branch out too far from the club car model. But this rear end you're looking at is a 2015 and up rear end. To current, this rear end is also in the gas onwards, and previous rear ends to this one will be very similar to this. So as far as the basics, zip tie mod. So this spring right here travels from your foot pedal. So as you push the gas, this spring stretches out and pulls your throttle cable. So what the zip tie does, zip tie goes through this cable here, and you tighten it just snug, I would say. And as you increase your speed, the governor is going to want to close your throttle. But instead of being able to close it, you have a zip tie over here, so it can't close it. So therefore, you will have to modulate your throttle inputs to vary your speed without hitting the RPM limiter. Now, the RPM limiter is a different story. You don't need to touch that at all. However, you will feel it if your zip tie is too tight here. You will feel the RPM limiter come into play at roughly 35 to 3,700 RPMs, and you'll feel the cart shudder. Now, if you don't like that, or if you'd rather not touch the limiter at all, you can start over with the zip tie mod. You put the zip tie through there and you leave it looser. You drive the cart, see how fast it goes, tighten it a little bit, drive the cart again, see how fast it goes, and each time you tighten it, you'll probably pick up 1, maybe 2 miles an hour just under that RPM limiter. So, and it's different on a lot of different carts, lowered carts versus lifted carts. Lifted carts going to be quicker. Now, let me move this here to give you an idea. So this right here is your governor, the shaft. On the older carts, pre-2015, all you did was loosen this nut, put a flathead screwdriver in here, and wedge these apart a bit to where this piece, you hear it turning? This piece could not grab the governor arm. So, essentially, when you floored it, it grabbed the throttle back, and this governor rod could not grab this throttle arm to push the throttle back close. So that's the older models. Older models, loosen the nut, wedge this apart, and it can't grab the shaft. These new models are different though. So I don't think you'll be able to see what I've done, but the shaft, you might be able to see. Yeah, there you go. The shaft is not round, and neither is the arm. Now, you can see under here how it curves around. Underneath there, the shaft is round, except for up here. So what I did is a little drill bit, rounded out the hole, and this is just a sleeve I tapped on to keep the arm from jumping up and down. Now they're gonna have a lot of play in them, so it's not that big a deal. But essentially what you're doing is keeping this governor arm, and it's not a lot of movement, it's just a little bit. That can open and close your throttle. And that's the difference between 20, 25, roughly. So, even though it's not a lot of movement, it can still shut you down. So what you want this to do is move independently from this arm. So when I put the throttle down, basically, when I floor it full throttle, and I maintain full throttle, even if this governor arm tries to slow me down, it's not grabbing this arm right here. Now, and this is all fine and dandy, but I still have the electronic throttle rev limiter engaged. It's very important you don't want to over rev the engine. So, that being said, after this mod is done, your golf cart turns into very similar as your car. I like to think about it as the interstate. You don't jump on the interstate and smash the pedal to the floor and go on 100. So now your golf cart's similar to that. You hop in the golf cart and you you may have to hold the pedal at half throttle to maintain your speed. However, if you get to a hill or you get to any other incline, you can put it to the floor and it will give you full throttle without any hesitation. And it's a very good way to maintain your full throttle ability, because the governor likes to slow down your RPMs based on your speed. If you have any other questions, hit me up in the comments. Appreciate it.